Hi, my name is Mary. Thank you for joining us today while we stretch and get a little stronger. Before you do this or any other exercise program, you'll check with your doctor, and he'll tell you exercises you should or shouldn't do. Also, you'll want to wear loose, comfortable clothes so that when you bend or stretch, you're not confined in any way. You'll also want to have water because we'll be drinking water before, during, and after our exercising time. You'll want to work at your own pace. If Sue and I are working too quickly, then you just slow down or even stop if you're uncomfortable. If you want to go faster and you can do it safely, you go right ahead. Also, you'll want to do your best, your very, very best, because it's doing exercises consistently that brings you on the great path to wellness. Maybe you'll do a little today and a little more tomorrow. And you don't want to push or bounce or force any move. We're going to move nice and easy. And so you want to do that. Don't forget to breathe, of course. That's important. So our moves are going to be smooth and gentle. Sometimes they'll be quick. Sometimes they'll be slow or fast. But you can adjust accordingly. Also, you'll want to eat well because that gives you energy to exercise. And of course, if you smile, everything's better. So let's meet our new friend, Sue.
Hi, my name is Sue. Let's see, I have 2 titanium hips. 4 years ago, I broke my wrist in 2 places. And a couple days ago, my dental implant fell out. Wow. Other than that, I'm doing fine.
Fabulous. Now, do you have any hobbies or anything you like to do?
I like to walk, but I walk inside the house. The way the house is set up, it's the living room, dining room, kitchen, hall, and I walk in my fuzzy slippers so that I can buff the floor at the same time.
Okay, you want to be careful because usually when we work out, we wear shoes that are nice and sturdy. But of course, you have two things going on, exercising and buffing your floor. Alrighty, well, we're glad you're here.
Thank you.
Today, we're going to be working, of all things, with egg cartons. So, you may want to look around the house and see if you have an egg carton. Some people have plastic egg cartons. I have a cardboard one, and Sue has a plastic one. You don't need to pick it up, that's okay. And we're going to also need a pair of scissors, or if you have a cardboard one, you can rip the top right off. Thank you for that demonstration. Okay, so if you have your eggs in a carton, which my eggs were in this carton, I simply took them out, thank you, and I put them in a bowl. And then when I'm done with my egg carton, I'll put them back in the egg carton. So we're going to do an egg carton exercise class. So you want to make sure you have your egg carton. You want to make sure you have your water. As a matter of fact, I think we should have a drink of water before we begin. What do you think, Sue?
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay. Okay. Now, we're going to exercise. You'll notice that Sue and I are in very, very sturdy chairs. We don't have a chair with like wheels or rockers or anything, and we're sitting at the edge of our sturdy chair. Even though our chairs have arms in them, they're not going to impede our range of motion because we're sitting to the front. If sitting to the front of your chair hurts your back, then you can take a couple of pillows and put them behind you. You'll also want to check your environment because we're going to be stretching out and stretching up. You want to make sure you're not going to crash into anything. I mean, you don't want to tip over a plant or a lamp when we're doing our moves. Also, you'll make sure that there's nothing on the floor, a stack of magazines, a sleeping dog, or a cat, or cords, or the end of a rug, or anything. So we want to make sure we have a nice environment. Okay, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, and if you're ready too, here we go. We're just going to bring our hands up to our shoulders and down. Nice and easy. So we're just starting with the elbows. We breathe out as we come up. There you go. Perfect. Now, we're going to hold our hands by our shoulders, and we're going to reach up with one hand and then the other. We reach and release. stretch up. Now you'll notice Sue and I, when we first stretch up, we're not stretching our very best. But as we warm up, our stretches get a little longer. Our hands are coming in front of our shoulders and we're reaching up at an angle. Because if we were reaching up to make this a functional exercise, we reach up and forward. I reach to the top of the refrigerator because that's where I hide my candy.
What kind of candy?
Any kind. As a matter of fact, I hid some jelly beans one time, and when I found them, there was a little green on them, so I had to scrape it off before I could eat them.
Oof.
And now you're done, and release. So we just warmed up the upper body a little bit, so now we're going to work the feet. Just tap the heel out and bring it right back in. It's out and in. Switch feet. There you go. We're sitting nice and tall. Our heads are high and we feel wonderful. One of the reasons we feel wonderful is because you have joined us, and that makes us very, very happy.
And Mary, do you want to hear a joke?
I love jokes, Sue.
Well, have you ever heard of the skier named Peekaboo Street?
Yes,
She's
she was
real
a very,
person.
yes.
Okay. Well, she donated a lot of money to a hospital.
She did?
And they named the emergency room after her. They call it the Peekaboo ICU.
I love that one. You never fail to make me laugh, and I appreciate that. There you go. Last one on this side. Last one on this side. Let's just tap the toes. Now, sometimes when we work the feet, you think to yourself, gosh, this is a silly waste of time. I want to be strong with my arms and legs. However, if your feet aren't strong and flexible, they're your base of support. So that's why we work them. Also, we don't want to walk all flat-footed. So we have to really make sure our ankles are nice and flexible. Then we hold the toes down and lift the heels up. There you go. So our toes are down and we're lifting our heels. We're taking our heels up and down. There you go. Good, good. That's just perfect. Now we're doing one of each. Here we go. Toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels. You've got it. Okay, good work. Shall we grab our egg cartons?
Yes.
Okay. Let's grab our egg cartons. Now, because we're going to be using our hands, we're going to bring our ankles and knees and feet about hip width apart. Place the egg carton down and place our hands on top. And we're going to lift the fingers up and relax them down. We're not going to crunch our egg cartons, although that would make a nice sound, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't be good when you want to put the eggs back in.
That's right. It would be a little difficult to get your eggs back in. Unless, of course, they were scrambled. There you go. So we lift the fingers up as high as we can get them, keeping the palm of the hand directly and softly placed on the top of our egg carton. And we spread the fingers apart as far as we can get them. You can spread them so far apart, you can feel the little webbing at the base of the fingers. There you go. Good work. Lift, relax, lift, relax, and you are done. Could you feel that a little
Yes.
bit? Sometimes when we work the fingers, you can feel it all the way up to the forearm. Okay, so let's shake when we shake out our arms, we shake our hands like we have a little bit of water on our fingertips, and we just want to get that water off. There you go. Now, here's the fun part about working with an egg carton. When you hold your egg carton, your fingers can go in these little indentations. So it's kind of fun. The reason I like this, and I figured this out because when we worked with paper towels, Sue had the good idea of punching the end of the paper towel. And that really was a lot easier to hold on to. And so that's why we have an area that we can hold on to. First of all, we're going to bring it right down to our knees and then up to our chest. Remember, we did this in the beginning just to warm up our elbows. Down and up and down and up. Now remember when we reached over the head? We're going to do that when we do a bicep curl. Then we're going to push over the head after 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Let's go over the head and right back down. Great job. to the chest, over the head. Good, I'll show you from the side, to the chest, over the head. And you'll notice Sue and I are not reaching directly above our heads. We're reaching forward a little bit and stretching up. There you go. It's a curl and a press. One more time, please. It's a curl and a press, and we are done. I don't know about you, but I feel that in my shoulders. How about you?
Yes.
Okay. Now, we're going to turn it sideways. One hand on top and one hand on bottom. So our hands are asymmetrical, but they're stacked. Our chests are high and our shoulders are back and down. We're going to bring both to one side and both to the other side. And if you close your eyes, you'll be able to feel how this feels differently on the parts of your back that are connected with either the hand which is on top or the hand that's on bottom.
Yeah, I feel the stretch in the back.
Yes, perfect. That is the right answer. You got a gold star, Sue. Okay, let's hold it center, please, and switch hands. The hand that was on the bottom goes on the top. The hand that was on the top goes on the bottom. Our shoulders are relaxed. Our chest is high, and we go over again. There you go. Now, I don't know about you, but I find that when my top hand crosses my body, that I feel a greater stretch on the top part of my back. And when the bottom hand crosses my body, I feel a greater stretch on the mid part of my back. That's perfect. And you're doing a great job too. Remember not to squeeze too tightly or you could elevate your blood pressure. Last one, please, and come back to center. Let's place our egg carton down. Let's place our hands down and lift our fingertips up and spread them as wide as we can get them. Gently now, we're going to press down. Let's push the hands down just a little bit and release. And press the palms down a little bit. Good job, and release. One more time, please. Push and release. That's great. How are you feeling?
Great. Remember when we did with the paper towels with the fingers? Are you aware that with aluminum foil and saran wrap, they also have little tabs at the end that you could push in so that the roll won't fall out?
I did not know that. My roll is always falling out.
Look, everyone has it.
I am going to check mine. Thank you. I like that information. Love it, actually. Because my paper's always falling out.
Yes,
Always.
it'll keep it in.
Yippee! I'm glad Sue's here for a lot of different reasons, and I'll bet you are too. Okay, so we held it on the sides. We held it like this, and now we're going to hold it just from the top. Okay? So your fingers aren't getting a good grip, and yet your grip should be very gentle. Our elbows are right by our sides, and we lift up and release. It's almost like we had some words on the bottom of our egg carton, and it said hello. And when we flipped it up, the words would say hello to you. There you go. Our shoulders are relaxed and down from our wrist to our elbow that's parallel to the floor. And our shoulders directly over the elbow. This is really good for your wrist. Good, good. And now we're going to relax. We're going to flip it over. There you go. And now we're going to curl in and down. So you'll see we have a nice stretch down. Now let's bring our fingers to the sides. As our fingers go to the side, we work the wrists a little differently. That's it. Can you feel the difference?
Yes.
We curl in and curl away, and yet our arms aren't working at all. It's all in the wrist. Our shoulders are back and down. There you go. 4, 3, 2, and you are done. Wow, I could feel that.
Yes.
How about you? Okay, now we're going to work the lower body using our egg carton. So what we want is we just want the top. So you can take your egg carton and you can either with your finger rip it like this, or you could take your scissors and cut it. It's a lot more expedient for me to use my fingers and rip it right off. Now, we don't need this part right now, so we're going to put that to the side. We are going to take the top of the egg carton and place it down between our feet. And then we're going to go down one more time, but we're going down to grab our water. Here you go. There you go. Perfect.
Nice and cold.
So good. Okay, so now we're going to take one foot and put it right in our egg tray top. We're going to sit nice and tall. And remember, our buttocks are forward in the chair, and that will allow greater range of motion as our legs sweep laterally out and in. Sit tall. And here we go. We go out to the side and in. Now we have an egg carton, and we are on carpet. If you're on tile or wood, you'll want to take a face cloth or maybe a hand towel and place your foot on that. You can also use your sock. That would be okay too, as long as you didn't mind getting the bottom dirty, but it wouldn't get dirty because your house is so clean, right?
That's true.
Good. Okay, last two, please. In, out, and in and out. Bring it in and lift it up and out. Now just notice the difference. Do you feel a difference in your legs?
I can feel it right here.
Exactly. Okay, let's take the other foot for a ride in the egg tray. Here we go. In and out. In and out. Good job. There you go. It's out and in and out and in and out and in. So what we're doing is the outer thigh has to tighten up to pull the leg out, and the inner thigh has to tighten up to draw it in. And this is a functional exercise because we step sideways in and out of a car, when we go out to eat at a booth, if we go to the theater, we step out and in when we're going behind the seats to our seat, which was B37.
Hey, Mary, did
yes.
you hear about the new restaurant on the moon?
No, I didn't. Let's relax our feet. Tell me about the restaurant on the moon.
Great food, no atmosphere.
That was one of your best ones. I like that one. Okay, let's take that foot out and place the other foot in. There you go. Now this time we're going forward and back. Remember, your buttocks are towards the edge of the chair. You're nice and tall. You feel great. Let's slide that foot forward and back. Forward and back. Now, we're going to make this a little more fun and add the opposite hand. Push forward and back. Good. And back. There you go. Let's try both hands. Press and draw back. Press, draw back. Press, draw back. Good, and you are done. Let's switch feet. Good job. Feeling okay? All righty. Are you ready? Let's go. We start with the foot forward and back. There you go. Nice. Perfect. And we go forward and back. Let's add the opposite foot. Press, release, press. There you go. So the opposite hand presses. Good. Let's try two hands now. We push, draw back, press, draw back, press, draw back, and now you're done. Could you feel that a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah, right in the legs. These quadriceps want to be strong to get us out of a chair and up and down stairs. Okay, let's take our foot out. Woo! One hand on one leg, and let's reach down to grab our little tray. Now, what's fun about this is that we can put our hands, our thumbs, right in like this. Got it? And remember, if it's hard for you to take a little tiny squeeze like this, you could put a pair of gloves on so it's easy, or nice thick mittens so gripping is easy for you. Sitting nice and tall. We're going to bring the arms up just about chest high, and with our thumbs, we're going to try to push to one side and then the other. So we're going to push over here and push over here. So our fingers on the sides are really just guides. We're trying to push with the thumb. There you go. You've got it. Push with the thumb. Push with the thumb. Nice work. Now, try to push with the fingers. Try to push across. You can actually lift your thumb. But you'll see, even though we're doing the exact same exercise, your hand and arm feel a little different. Good work. Now let's flip it over. One end goes over, and the other end goes over. That's it. Good job. And now we're going to go over and push one arm back, almost like we're rowing a canoe or paddling a canoe. And we push back and push back. We're making a figure eight, but the figure eight is kind of wrapping around us. We're pressing down and back. That's it. And we're only using our fingers. Good work. Last time on this side. Last time on this side. Boy, I felt that.
Yes.
How about you?
Good. That was good.
Good. Now, we're going to bring the tray up to one shoulder and down to one hip. Up to one shoulder and down to one hip. 2 more times slowly. 1 more time slowly. And now we're going to pick up the tempo. Shoulder, hip, shoulder, hip. Now you'll notice the faster we go, the more we decrease our range of motion. It's only going shoulder and hip. Now we're going to go slower and bigger. Up to the shoulder, down to the hip. So you'll see our range is a little bit bigger. Good. That's it. 2 more. It's a lift and down, and last time you're done. Good work. Let's try the other side. Shoulder, hip. That's it. You're doing really well today. And you do the best you can. So we're going a little more than the shoulder, a little more than the hip. And now we're going to make it very small and quick. Are you ready, Sue?
Yes.
Here we go. It's shoulder, hip, shoulder, hip. This is a chop, but this exercise is great for getting the arms strong and flexible for putting your seatbelt on. Okay, let's slow it down, down, and lift, down. And again, we can make our range of motion much bigger. Good. That's it. Our shoulders are relaxed, down and up. And now you're done. Wow, that was great. You did a good job. That's kind of hard sometimes, isn't it? We're going to get our stomachs. So our thumbs are in, our shoulders are relaxed and down. We'll bring our feet slightly in front of our knees. We're going to push our arms forward as we lean back. Here we go. Keep the chin parallel to the floor and draw yourself up by using your stomach. Lean back, pull your belly in, chin stays parallel to the floor. Draw yourself up. I'll show you from the side. So we're nice and tall. And then we lean back, leaning back and drawing ourselves up tall. We reach back with our back and forward with our arms. You're doing so well today. And to the chest, and away. Good work. To the chest. Can you feel that in your stomach a little bit?
Yes.
Good.
I can definitely feel it.
Yay. And you only want to lean back enough until you feel the stomach tighten up. You don't want to hurt your back.
No, you don't want to feel it in your back.
Don't want to feel it in your back. Right. Okay, now we're going to hold it back a little bit and bring both arms to one side just a little bit and to the other side. So all while we're leaning back, the stomach is working. But when we go side to side, we're going to feel it differently on the sides of the stomach. There you go. Can you feel that, Sue?
Definitely.
All righty. And like Sue said, you definitely don't want to feel this in your back. But what happens is sometimes our backs want to kick in and help our stomachs out when our stomachs get tired. So we're going to come center. We're going to sit nice and tall. And we're going to reach forward when we come back. And now we're going to hold it right by our chest when we come back. But when we come up, we're going to reach up. There you go. Lean back. Good work. And up. Shoulders are relaxed and down. You're doing so well. And we're moving slowly. So if we feel any tightness anywhere, we'll know to stop or not go back so far. That's 2. Nice work. Here's your last one. Bingo, you're done. Wow. How are you feeling?
That's really invigorating.
That is invigorating. That's a great word. So we're going to take our cartons and put the top down. Because we've been holding on to the carton, our hands have been really tight. So we're going to bring our palms together, interlace the fingers, step our feet a little wider than hip width apart. Sit nice and tall, breathe in, and as you breathe out, we're going to push the hands down, and then we're going to lift the chest up through. And we're going to look over one shoulder, and come back to center, please, and look over the other shoulder, and come back to center. Now, we're going to push the hands away, and we're going to lean back a little bit. There you go. Using that stomach again, let's pull ourselves up. Then we're going to bring both hands to one side and look away from the hands. Slowly come back to center and bring the hands to the other side and look away from the hands. Good work. Come back to center. Now bring your hands as high as they'll go for you and bring your hands over to one side just a little bit. There you go. That's good. Back to center and over to the other side. Good work. And now we're going to place our hands on our thighs. Lift the chest up and the flat back folds forward. And we turn and look to one side. Come back to center and turn and look to the other side. Come back to center. Let's lift the chin a little bit and drop the chin. Then we push the hands into the thighs. Good work. Extending one leg out. Placing the hand on the bent knee. Breathe in, sit tall. Breathe out and slide the hand down the leg just a little bit. There you go. From here, turn the head to one side and back to center and to the other side and back to center. Take the hand from the straight leg and place it on the bent knee thigh. Slowly push yourself up. Draw the heel in of the straight leg. Hands come down by your sides for 2 shoulder rolls. Up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. Good work. Extend the other leg. Breathe in, sit tall. As you breathe out, the flat back folds from the hinge on the hip. You slide your hand down. Just feel that soft and gentle stretch. From here, we look to the side and back to center. Other side and back to center. We push the hands into the thigh and come all the way up. There you go. So we got a nice stretch on those legs. How are you feeling so far?
Very nice, very nice.
Great, great. So we want to do a rotation. That's important for our spine and our intestines. So we're going to reach up halfway, bring both hands over to the railing of our chair. We'll sit tall as we breathe in, and as we breathe out, we draw ourselves into a nice rotation as we look behind our chair. Then slowly we come back to center and lift the hands up and go to the other railing. Sit nice and tall and pull ourselves
very
back.
good.
Isn't that a great stretch?
Yes, it is.
I love this one. And then slowly come back to center, please. Let's take a great big breath in, gathering goodness, blessings, and miracles. Fill your heart right up. Shake out your cares and worries. Gather newness of hope from the earth and fill your heart right up. Now you have too much goodness. So you have to take that extra goodness and share it with the world. That is our job, and all we have to do is be kind. One more great big breath in. And as you exhale, know that all will be well. Great job. You did really, really well. And we know we're going to see you again because the consistency of exercise is what gets you on the good path to wellness. Let's toast with a little water.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.